basically, just a little experience preparing your own meals, you'll know how much oil to add to your meal. And let's say you overdid too much oil on your last one, then you probably won't be craving as much oil in the next one. So, but anyway, you want to add the extra virgin olive oil into your diet. Okay, so basically you want to cut out all the junk and cut out sodas. That's another major one. And this is very easy to fix. You just replace the sodas with juice to start with. And then, more advanced, you want to do raw juice. Bottled juices have been pasteurized. Whenever you pasteurize something, you cook it, you kill all the enzymes. Now, raw juices, they have all the enzymes, live enzymes, that help in digestion. And every single animal on the planet eats a raw food diet. So don't think that raw food diet is crazy, because we're the only animal on the whole planet that's cooking our food. Every other life form on the planet eats 100% raw food diet, 100%. I know you're probably saying, well, my cat drinks milk. Unless humans cook it for them, all animals on the planet, 100% raw diet. And I'm not recommending just jumping into 100% raw, but when I started reading, I don't know how many years ago, it's probably about 4 years ago, when I found out about the raw food diet, I went 9 months straight on it, 98% strict, raw food, 100% raw, nothing cooked at all for 9 months straight. So you can add a little, you can go, depending on your health, the more raw you eat, the more it's going to make you detox. And depending on your digestive system and how old you are, you might want to gradually go into it. But you don't have to go 100% raw ever if you don't want to. But it would be good if you can to gradually try to do it. And then, if you can't stick onto it, don't worry about it. You don't have to stick onto that. The main thing that you want to stick onto is cutting out all the cheese, all the clogging foods, and to stick with combining your foods in the right combinations. And that's the main stuff. Okay, the next thing you want to do is to try to cut down on your meat intake. I went vegetarian for 3 years. I went off my diet for 6 months. I didn't feel as good. I'm vegetarian again now. Now, you don't have to go vegetarian. I'm vegetarian most of the time. 98% of the time I'm vegetarian. So you don't have to cut out meat, but just know that you don't have to have tons of meat to survive. I went 3 years, 98% strict, no animal products at all, no cheese, no animal flesh. So don't think you're going to disintegrate because you don't have enough protein. That whole protein thing is, in my opinion, is propaganda by the meat and dairy industries. That they've been doing this for years. I mean, they just pay people to write articles or whatever to promote and make you think that you have to have these animal products. It's a big business. You can see all the commercials for all the breakfast cereals and cookies and cakes and all that stuff. And so all of these refined sugar, refined flour, there's hundreds of kinds of different products. That's the main ingredients is sugar and flour, all the cookies and all. So you want to cut out, if possible, cut out all the white flour, cut out all the cheese, and start cutting down on your meat. And then you got to replace it with something. So you want to start replacing it with a lot more vegetables. Replace it with, if you like French, you can fry potatoes and boil potatoes. If you like starches, you can make rice pasta, and pasta has a lot of the fiber taken out. So if you do eat a pasta or refined starch, add a bunch of the raw vegetables or cooked vegetables into that meal. Okay, now every meal doesn't have to have a protein or a starch. You can have beans, and so beans is a natural protein starch combination in itself. A bean is a protein and starch. So you want to keep that separate from proteins or starches, but they kind of do, beans kind of go good with meat a little bit. You can experiment and see how you do, but the main thing that you want to at least do is to try to do the food combining principles 100% strict eventually for just like a couple weeks, just so you have a reference point, so you can know how you felt when you did follow them really strict, and then follow them really strict for a couple weeks, and then you'll know when you go off of it, you can see.